Welcome, guys. Hi, Clem. How you doing?
Hi.
So welcome on this new episode of the EmpowHer Journey. So we are the community to support your self-growth and live by your own rule. We are in September and we chose the theme of Are You Worth It? Tips to recognize your value. The first question that we had in mind is how come that we are struggling with self-worth? What's your opinion on it, Clem?
Yes, I think it's very, very common, isn't it? So maybe if you're listening to us right now in the audience, you're probably resonating with this, like finding always things that are wrong with you, finding that you are not at the best, that you could be better, that you are not enough. And we tend to have usually a vision of ourselves that is a bit untrue. It's very negative, and it's worse than what reality is objectively. And this vision, as we were discussing with Anna when preparing this episode, is really a construction of things that we perceive from the outside, right? For society, some feedbacks from family and friends. Things that we've heard in the past that we've taken personally, and we think, oh, that must be right, that must be the truth about myself, and that constructs gradually over time an image of yourself that is not true, and that is not reflecting your worth. Yeah, does that resonate with your experience too?
Yeah, definitely. In the end, when we are babies, we don't really know that we are separated from the rest of our environment. It means that we think that we are the environment, and it's really when we grow up that we become aware that we are a self.
Yeah.
So the only thing that brings us to this self is the exterior. It's what's around you, so your family, your friends, and everything around you. So you build this image based on the exterior, based on the outside. And that's what we want you to understand, is that your worth, your self-worth, has to come from you, from inside. So this image that you have is constructed from the outside. So usually it can be negative because some people will have a perfect family with loving parents and everything, but they will go outside at school and they can have a negative image from the other kids, or from the teachers. Or on the contrary, you have a family that's not perfect, and it usually happens. So your image is always biased, and that's really important to deconstruct this image so you can find your true self and find what you want to be.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's really, connected to norms, what is normal. Yeah. And we learn very, very quickly to compare ourselves, like in school. For example, school is a great example, isn't it? Like, who is better than me in what subject, and what should be normal, what should be better, what should be the best, etc. And that that comes up as an adult after, and having imposter syndrome, for example, feeling inferior because of different things, because maybe I didn't go to university, so I feel like maybe I'm not intelligent, because that's what intelligent people are supposed to do. This is all a construct, there's nothing true about that. As we all know, we all come to to respect very deeply people that never went to university and are clearly very, very intelligent, very intellectual. So we know of examples that come and completely sort of put into question the stereotype or the normality. But we've got to learn to do it for ourselves. It's a lot harder when it's for you, isn't it? Like you're very close, so you can't always see very clearly.
Yeah, definitely, because we always see ourselves from the eyes of the others and from the society. So I remember people, you need to get the wife and or the husband, the dog, the house, and the 3 kids. But what if you're not happy in this kind of lifestyle? That's okay. You don't have to be normal. And what's pretty amazing is that the normality is changing with time. Yes. So you can feel like you're normal today, but in 10 years, oh my God, divorce is the new black, you know? So that's really important to really be true to yourself more than be true to society, or even be true to your family, because sometimes some beliefs in your family are not yours. So yeah, it's really important to get rid of that, to really know your worth, even if it's not the same worth as others around you. And when you talk about going to university, like if I didn't study, I'm not as good as the others, we can see that a lot with musicians. Yeah. Because when you play on your own and you learn on your own, even if you're the best, you always think that I didn't study, so I'm not as good musician as someone who went to school for that. And that's not true. When you learn on your own, you get some qualities that the others don't. And on the contrary, those who went to school got some qualities that you don't have. And that's okay. You need to be okay with that and stop comparing yourself to others. We're all different, and that's what's make it exciting.
Yeah, exactly. I love what you describe of like getting rid of all those layers of, you know, of beliefs, of constructions, of all these things. And what comes out if you remove all those layers, if you think of maybe an onion or something,
an onion.
You go back to your pure self. Who is you? You know, we talked about the EmpowHer Journey being about your own rules. What are they? What's that for you? You know, forget about everyone else. Forget about, as you said, the perfect life, getting married, having a master's degree, or things like that. This is not showing you who you are. Yeah, and you've got to let go of that comparison and judgment, the impression that others are always better than you, prettier, fitter, richer. The grass is greener on the other side, kind of thing. Because that's, you know, that makes us chase perfection. That's an illusion. We never get there. We'll never get there. So you keep on chasing all your life. You chase something that's not you, and that's never getting you the fulfillment that you're looking for. So it's really actually unlearning a lot more than learning, isn't it?
Definitely. And I really like what you said about perfection, because the only perfection that we can reach is our own perfection, ourselves. So we can compare ourselves to ourselves. Like in this situation, I did that and I'm not happy with it because I don't want to be like that. So the only thing that you can do is next time try to not have the same behavior or the same or what you did and you didn't like. But that's the only thing that you can do. And even every minute you're changing, you're growing, you're evolving. So the only thing to make your worth grow is to compare yourself to yourself every minute and see if what you want to be is what you are doing right now. It's like really being in the present moment and see if what you do, what you are, you like it or not.
Allow yourself to change, allow yourself to not make sense sometimes, to have paradox. Maybe there's this that I like and this, that's not really aligned with that, and what is, you know who cares, just be with what is. And you don't need to figure it out, you don't need to understand, you just need to see it and to embrace, because there's nothing worse than being fake, isn't it? And we all seen that, haven't we? People that are come across as very confident, or even sometimes to the point of being arrogant, or irritating because they're too much, or it sounds fake, or things like that. So that's something very important to us. Being recognizing your self-worth is not about being superior to others or pretending that you feel great and you're the best. No, it's just about this ownership of who you are, being okay with saying, I'm not that, you know, I'm not this, what people are, or society or the outside is trying to put on me, not me, not me. It's actually freedom in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, true. It's who I am, not that I'm less, nor that I'm more. And so for me, it's also being at the right place in the world, like finding your worth is really about, I have the right to be here. And it's okay for me to be here, and to not take personally whatever people will say. It's your worth unconditionally. It's I'm here right now, and I have the right to be here, and that's okay. And yeah, that's really how you can't be fake. You can't pretend. You just you right now here. That's it. And you're worth it to be here right now, right here.
Yeah, I love that. Even if you're not sure, just assume there's a space, a place perfectly for you, designed for you in this world, in this universe. And this is your job to find what it is, just exactly as you are.
Yeah, because sometimes this place is being in transition. And that's the perfect place for you right now to be here in transition. And that's okay. Take the time to be in transition to find whatever you need to find.
And the great thing is then you get rid of the idea of being in failure. You know, you can't fail because you're just at the right place at the right time, following your own journey, following, being true to who you are. So there's no idea of wrong, bad, failing. You know, it's just what's right, what's happening. It's really accepting.
Yeah, accepting.
So how do we transcend, you know, this image of us being so negative and being so wrong, and how do we get to see more of your value, of our value?
Yeah, when we were preparing this this episode, we wanted you to get that you are perfect. As we were saying just before, you are the perfect you. It doesn't matter if you are mean to your boss in the morning, or if you are in transition, or if you don't know what you are, if you don't know who you want to be, and etc. And the idea is really to drop all the rest, drop the beliefs from family, drop the limiting belief from society, drop everything that's not true to you, that's not real, and that's not right for you. And stop judging, stop expecting, just be here right now. Because every time you, as we were saying, compare, expecting a reality and everything, you're not here right now, you are somewhere else. And where is worse in that? Because you are not yourself in this moment, so there's no worth, there's no ownership, as you were saying, Clem. So yeah, own yourself right now. That's really how you can transcend this. Because usually people give you an image that's not real, because they get this image from their perception, from their beliefs, and etc. But you take that personally. But it's their judgment, it's their reality, it's not yours. So every time you it's like you're giving your power to those people, to this society, to this world, and that's not you. So go back to yourself, go back to what's here, what's true now. You can transcend everything.
Exactly. I love what you're saying, because your worth, you can only access it from being here and now. If you're, you know, thinking about comparing, thinking about something else, not present to here and now, you actually can't see it. So that's why, as you say, it's really a journey of accepting, welcoming, and also discovering. Okay, can I pay attention? Can I actually discover what is here? What is my body telling me? What is this situation? How is it that I feel? Can I be here fully to see, to have the awareness actually of what's happening? And that's how you see not only your own worth, but also other people's worth for what it is truly, and not what you imagine or what should be and things like that. And you really detach to that. So it's really about knowing specifically your needs and having a big love and respect for them, being able to ask questions, being able to to be 100% with it. And I love that you mentioned when we were preparing the episode the 5 languages of love that show how different we can be, right?
Yeah. From the I wanted to talk about that when we were preparing the podcast, because what's really important is to know your needs. We were saying to discover who you are, and when you discover where you are, you tend to understand what you need to be, to feel happy, to feel whole, to feel safe and everything. And there's I'm sorry, I don't know the author, we will put it on under the video, but in the 5 languages of love, they talk about to feel loved. There's 5 ways that we can get this love from. There's the touch, like hugs and kisses and everything. Try to not forget one. There's the quality time, to spend time with people that you love or with yourself. There's the compliments and I love you, and I worthy you, and I'm happy to be with you, and stuff like that.
The gifts, giving gifts.
Like I love to go on a shop, and I was thinking of you, and this is the gift that I found because I was thinking of you. And the last one is acts of service. Like, your husband is going to be tired tonight, so you're just going to cook, so you'll be sure everything is ready before he comes. And what they say in this book is that when you're a kid, at first you have all of them, because you are learning. As we say, when you're a kid, you don't really understand that you are a self. So you learn everything, and then humans tend to have 2 prior languages of love. So there's 2 of them that you will really feeling loved when they are occurring around yourself. And what's very interesting is to find those that are really important for you, to be able to explain them to the person around you or to your kids, for example, and in the same time to see what's important for the people that you love, especially your kids, because when you're young, they can't tell you. So you will have to see if you have a kid that's running to you every time you come home and like hugging you and never leave you, it's going to be the touch. If it's a kid that's like, mommy, come and play with me, come and draw with me, come and go to the park with me, it's going to be quality time. And it's really important to see what you need and to understand what people need, so you can like really find a balance between. So we talk about that on that. It was really interesting, because if you know your need, you can respect them and ask people to respect your needs. And that's how you build your self-worth as well. I want to be respected for who I am, so I want to feel loved by having quality time with my friends, my husband, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's great. And what I love about that is that it's not about changing you. It's not about, I love gifts. I shouldn't like gifts. That's wrong. I should change myself. No, it's not about that. It's just about knowing and seeing, discovering. Okay, for me that has a big meaning. And when I don't have that, I don't feel as loved. But when I get that a lot, then I feel more respected. And it's so really about transcending this idea of judgment, like people should be like this, or they are more like me, or things like that. So it's again very, very connected to this, discovering, accepting, welcoming, being present to what is there. So really go on the discovery. It can look very different, but that's one of the ways that we found is great, to find your truth. There isn't one truth. There's like as many truths as there are human beings, right? So find this truth internally inside of you, and get rid of these exterior truths outside there. And they just get rid of them. Just let them go.
I have a good example on that. A friend of mine wanted to leave his girlfriend, and he had kids, and he was like, oh my God, I can't do that. People are going to be angry at me, especially my family, because in my family we stay together. His parents are not divorced at all, and none of his family are divorced. And at some point he was like, oh my God, no, I'm really not happy. I need to go. So he left his wife, and he had to call his family to tell the news, and they were like, "Oh my God, that's such a relief. We hated her for 10 years. That is such a relief. You are going to be happy now."
Oh, wow.
And that's
you had no idea?
when you listen to your truth, you get aligned in the world, you get in aligned with people as well, because people want, in the end, people want you to be happy. If they don't want it, be careful, you shouldn't be with this kind of people. But they want you to be happy, so find your truth and do everything aligned to your truth. And the world is going to align as well.
Yes.
You'll see it. Try a bit and you'll see.
Exactly. And so we talked about how a child develops, right? And as you said very, very clearly, how the ego starts to develop and things like that. And we also have, you know, in our journey, it's absolutely normal development steps, and we have transitions, we have phases, we have and that's constantly changing. So that's super important. And one of the important things that we need to build is the sense of security.
Yeah.
So it's connected to the sense of feeling loved, as we were saying about the love languages. But there's also a safety about being yourself, right? And you've got to allow yourself to be completely yourself and create this safety of being yourself, and allow yourself to change if you need, if you want. For a lot of people, so I work with entrepreneurs, right, and in my coaching practice, for a lot of them, there's a high pressure of, I need to get it right. I need this. I can't fail because I'm taking such a big risk, such a big step. This is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. And I've got to work with them, with my clients, saying, no, actually, you do not know. You might want to do something else at some point. You might change. You might grow. You might stay in the same business, but that doesn't mean there won't be changes. And you have to allow yourself to be in this journey of growth. Unlimited journey of growth, because otherwise it puts pressure on you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the same with people when they get fired, for example. Your words doesn't have to change. It's just an experience. I know it's easy to say that. Your words doesn't change when you get fired. Of course, the perception of your words is changing. One day you have a full job and you're being paid. The second day you have nothing and you're at home with no job. Of course, your self-worth is changing, but just in perception. And you rebound by just thinking that you are worthy of finding a new job. You are worthy of this experience, because sometimes this experience is to make you find something better. Sometimes it's to make you work on something on yourself, so you will get something better. In the end, this is just an experience that you need to accept, so you can rebound and find something else. So it's really just perception. Be careful. It's not because you get fired. It's not because you want to change. It's not because you want to divorce and everything else that your self-worth needs to change. No, you are worthy of whatever you want. You are worthy of whatever you desire. Just go for it. Even if it takes time, even if it's not easy, just go for it at your own pace.
Exactly. And we'd like to ask you this question, actually. So if you can take a moment to reflect on that. What if your value did not depend on your circumstances? What if your value had nothing to do with, what's out there on the outside?
How amazing would it be?
How amazing would that be, right? and for us, really, it is the reality. It is the truth. And that's really a great direction, a great way to start having a vision and an ownership of your value, independently, an unconditional appreciation of your value, no matter what's happening outside. As you said, is it a transition? Am I facing a breakup? Am I facing this and that or the other, whatever problem there? Or even achievements, are my achievements, are they creating or changing my worth? No, your successes in your achievements do not change your worth, no, not more than your failures or your problems or your challenges do. Your worth is so connected to your essence, to who you truly are since the day you were born. Nothing can touch that. Nothing can alter that. you cannot, it cannot be taken away from you, or broken, or changed. You are worthy just because you are, really.
Yeah, true. When you were saying all that, the only thing I had in mind is, it's for once, don't believe your emotions. Yes. It's like, get the facts and only the facts. Okay, you got fired. Yeah. The emotion and the perception and all your senses are going to tell you, yeah, you're a bad person, or you're not worthy it, you're an imposter, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Get the fact, you just got fired, and that's it. Yeah. That's all. You will get a newspaper, go on internet, in the LinkedIn, whatever you need to do, get a new job. Yeah. Get the facts. Don't let the emotion, don't let other people tell you that you're not worthy, that your value is decreased, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. That's not true. Get the facts and do whatever you need to do. Listen to your truth.
It's so important. And so you can put a distance between even a mistake. It's okay. We make mistakes. We're not denying that we're not making mistakes.
That's learning.
It's part of learning. So you put distance, and instead of course, the ego is going to take you personally, right? I've got, my boyfriend has left me, so of course it means that blah 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 blah. The story of so just don't believe that. Just don't believe that. The ego is taking things personally. That's absolutely normal. It's part of the process. But your worth cannot be changed by anything and anyone. And all that life is bringing to you is actually helping you to become stronger, to have more courage, to cultivate your resilience, and it's okay to ask for help as well in some point of time. But your value is unchangeable, unbreakable, cannot be taken away from you, has always been there and is always there. It's for you to see it, actually.
Yeah. Definitely, it's for you to discover it in every possible aspect. So, we wanted to talk about tips to embrace your value, how to embrace this worth, this always worth.
Yeah, absolutely. And have that, bring that to your life, right? Have to feel it practically, to live it practically in your life. So as we said, like you learn, and you try to, you tend to see first more of who you are, what you need, what you want. So you really open your eyes and get more and more awareness. As we say very often, awareness is the first step. And then you go for it. So you take actions. It can be saying things, saying what you need, asking for what you need, sharing about what's happening in your experience.
Putting some boundaries. There are so many ways to
boundaries. Yeah, absolutely. And gathering, the resources. What do I need now that I've identified that this is aligned with me? So exploring as well your options. So sometimes it's a straight path. Sometimes it's very sinuous. Sometimes it takes a lot of turns, and you've got to explore. It's only by one step at a time that you're going to recognize what you need to do and what the next action should be.
Yeah. There are some tips you wanted to tell you, like practical tips. Sorry. What's your language? We said that a lot, but that's so important. Every time you say I need to, I must, I have to, I should, I shouldn't. Is it true? Is it true that you have to be like that you need to stay married, that you have to get this job because that's what you need to do and that's it? Is it true? Always question what you're thinking. Always question and ask yourself if it's your truth or someone else's or the society's, because that's really important for you to find what's really true for you and what's really good for you. There's also something about being careful of the stories that you are telling yourself. It's a bit like the first tip, but usually we tell ourselves some stupid stories and we go around in it like a loop, and we don't get out of it. Stop the stories. You don't need them if you are aligned with yourself. You don't need to justify whatever you want to do. You don't need to justify if you don't want to do. You don't need to find excuses. If you want to do something, go for it. If you don't want, say no. That's so easy, but really hard to do in real life. You don't want to go, just say no. If you want to travel and go in another country, go for it. Just, really listen to your guts, listen to what's inside of you. And that's really, really important. And we wanted to tell you also about get off your back. Usually we tend to, as we say, justify ourselves. I want to do that, but what if, and blah, 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 blah. Stop that. You want to do something, do something. You don't want to do because today it's a lazy day, just go for the lazy day. It's all right. You need to rest. It's human to rest. Just, go back to yourself and get off your back. Usually those judgments are from someone else as well. So stop judging yourself. Accept that today is lazy day. Accept that you want to go for a walk instead of working, because maybe when you go back from your walk, you will be really focused on your work and do so much more. Get off your back. Just embrace who you are right now. That's really important.
That's awesome. Perfectly said. And really go deep into exploring what is success for you. What do you need in a relationship? What do you need at work to feel fulfilled? What do you love? What's your passion? Because we're very influenced by trends and things that we hear. Oh, this is the new healthy. This is the new diet. What's your lifestyle? What do you want from friendships? So be super clear about your own rules, your own definitions. And of course, it doesn't mean that for some things we don't make compromise. But unless you go there deeply into yourself, knowing what's there for you, what you like and what you don't like, no one can do it for you, you know? You're the only person that can really do this diving deep.
That's what we say when people say that we are the creator of our lives. Usually we tend to think that, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to have this, I'm going to be super rich, have the best boyfriend and blah, blah, blah. But what we really mean is at every moment you have this superpower to really create what you want to do right now. It's not in the future. It can be something amazing, and I wish for you that it's something amazing, but it's right now in this moment. How can I really embrace who I am right now? What is my own rule right now? Because I don't know if I can really give what I want to say, but right now you can choose the clothes that you like and feel empowered and feel happy, because when you see yourself in the mirror, like, oh my God, I like the image of myself. Right now you can choose to smile in the street and make people smile and be happy about it. Right now you can choose to get this newspaper and find a new job. It's like small things that will create this amazing life that we want for you, that you should want for you. And I say should. But it's in this second that you are the creator of your life. That's your worth to create the life that you want. So really be careful on the present moment, as we were saying, to really discover what you want right now, what you need right now, what you want to give and receive right now. That's really important.
It's so critical. It's so important. And you can only do that as well, being super present and also taking actions. Trying new things will really invite you to go out there, play hard. You know, if I'm on my sofa waiting for life to happen to me and to come, just packed and with a beautiful bow, ready to wrapped up like a present, it's not gonna happen. You have to go out there. You have to go out there. You have to get out your comfort zone. You're into your growth zone. Try new things, or try things that you think you don't like, and be like, oh, actually, do you know what? I've had a new experience. If it's a new recipe, you can don't take anything for granted. It just approach things with like pure innocence. That's a second of a great quality of how to live your life, right? Like being so present, but also so like innocent, beyond judgment, beyond anything, and you get to know and discover so much more. as well as being super kind towards yourself, towards others, not assuming, not taking things for granted, just this pure discovery mindset or approach, if you like.
Yes, in sophrology, there's it's not a saying, but there's a rule they all learn about living the moment as if it were the first time. It's always the first time. Even if you had the same experience, it's not the same because it's not the same person, it's not the same date and everything. But live everything as if it were the first time. So you're angry with your partner or your kid, try to make it new. What didn't you see the first time that happened? How can you do something different? Like if you go on the street, what can you see that's different from every morning that you get this in the same street? I like something is when I go shopping, for example, I like to try something that I would never buy. Just to see. Maybe that suits me and I will buy it, and maybe it's like, ugh. No, never. But just to try it, to see myself in these new clothes, for example, just discovering new things, new details in the street. It's really important because you can grow and you can be different and you can see if it's something that you would like to keep or not. And that's pretty amazing to discover yourself and the world around you.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you keep your horizons really, really open. You're not limiting anything. You're just like, come on, life, bring it on.
Yeah, that's so true.
Fantastic. So we're going to finish with the tips to younger self. So Anna, if you could go back in time and give tips to your younger self, what would you share?
I see what I wrote during the preparation, and the thing I missed when I was young is that security that you talk about at the beginning of this episode. And I think that's something I would love to tell myself, my younger self, like to really feel, I get the image of the root chakra, like to really feel myself anchored, like my worth is just because I am. My worth is just because I am. So I could get this security to be myself, because I feel like a tree can't blossom if the roots are not really anchored in the earth. And that's something I would love to tell myself, like anchor yourself, be happy to be yourself. Even if you don't like what you did today, even if you don't like your face today, even be happy to be yourself, because that's all you have. That's all you are. You can be fake, but that's not who you are. It's a fake image. So just embrace who you are every day, every time, every moment, so you can really blossom, discover who you are and blossom. That would be something like that. What about you, Clem?
Great. I love the analogy of blossoming. That's great. Yeah. So for me, I remember, especially as a teenager, when I was struggling very much in life, that I was looking for love on the outside, so acceptance and belonging, and having a sense of, like we were saying, of finding my own place. And so I would, if I could go back and talk to myself, I would really say something along the line of, I love you for who you are, and just explaining maybe that you don't need, so talking to myself, you don't need to get that from the outside. You can't have it from the outside. Actually, I think it's not possible to get that fully. So invite myself to look inwards to find that. I think I would it would have helped me to start doing that more, when I was younger,
with yourself, for yourself, more than that's beautiful. Amazing. So this is the end of this episode. We hope that you really like it and that it was helpful for you. Please send us an email, whatever, on Instagram, or to give us your feedback, to share your story, and to ask us every question that we can have. If you want us to talk about a theme that's really important for you, please share as well. We're really open-minded. And you will have everything under the video about the author of the 5 languages of love. Please subscribe to have all the other amazing episodes with our amazing guests. So thank you very much, Clem, for today.
Thanks, Anna.
I wish you all a great day. And the email address is theempowherjourney@gmail.com.
Wonderful. Bye, guys.
See you. Bye, guys.